Hey, what's up, guys? This is Colin Reese. I wanted to talk about why I feel like Gregg Berhalter's tactics are gimmicky and not working for the U.S. men's national team, and why I feel like the team needs to switch the formation. So, Gregg Berhalter's tactics seem to be mostly just copying the fad of high pressing, and I think he overemphasizes recovering the ball using the high pressing, and he puts more of an emphasis on winning the ball back when you lose it, rather than possessing the ball and creating scoring chances and scoring when the team has it. The team's been using a 4-3-3 formation, and we haven't been using an attacking midfielder. And normally when you have a front three where you have a striker and two wings, frequently one of them drops into the middle to play as a 10, but the US never does that. So what I propose the US switching to, and you'll have to listen closely, because when I say it initially, you'll think there isn't enough defensive coverage. So I think that the US should switch to the 4-1-3-2 formation, and in this formation, Tyler Adams would be the defensive midfielder, and then the right and left wings in the line of three, quote unquote, attacking midfielders would be Yunus, Musah on the right wing, and Weston, McKennie on the left wing. And I think if the U.S. does this, there's plenty of defensive coverage kind of along the right and left parts of the field with Yunus, Musah, and McKennie, because they both excel at covering a lot of ground and winning the ball back, on defense. And they're also both really great on the ball at attacking and going forward. McKennie has shown that he can score, and so far Yunus Musah hasn't really taken shots on goal or shown that scoring's in his wheelhouse, but he's pretty young, so I think that'll come with time. But I think with this setup, it sounds a little too attack-minded when you first hear it, because normally a more common formation is the 4-2-3-1. And like when France won the World Cup in 2018, they had the problem of there was kind of three players for two spots. So they had N'Golo Kante, Paul Pogba, and Blaise Matuidi. They were all competing for the number 6 and number 8 spot. So the defensive midfielder and the box-to-box midfielder. And to solve this problem, Didier Deschamps played Blaise Matuidi as the left wing on the line of 3. And so this had N'Golo Kante and Paul Pogba as the two defensive midfielders or holding midfielders, where Pogba was the box-to-box midfielder and Kante was the defensive midfielder that stayed back. And so that's kind of normally what teams do, but France had the thing where they played Matuidi as the left wing. And I was thinking, since Weston McKennie excels so much at going forward and getting into the penalty box and scoring positions, and since Max Allegri has praised him numerous times for this, that we could put Tyler Adams as the defensive midfielder, so the one back there, and then have McKennie and Musah as the right and left wing. And actually Musah plays as a wing frequently for his club Valencia. And then in the middle, you'd have to pick some sort of real number 10. So Christian Pulisic could play there. If you played him there, by playing him there instead of up top next to Ricardo Pepi, not only would you utilize his passing, but when he got the ball in kind of a slightly deeper area than if he were the second striker, he can use kind of his best skill, which is dribbling at pace at defenders. so he could build up speed and momentum, and then orchestrate the attack. And then the guy that would be up there with Ricardo Pepi would probably be Timothy Weah. And then of course there's the option of playing someone else as the number 10 and having Christian Pulisic as the second striker. And of course I would propose Gio Reyna when he's healthy, but he's not healthy. But ideally, if everyone's healthy, you'd have Reyna as the 10 and then Pulisic and Pepi up top. And then in addition to Gio Reyna, if he's injured, there's of course Sebastian Lletget plays that spot, and he would be able to show more of his skill set and ability playing in his natural position rather than having to cover too much ground, playing as one of the dual eights in Berhalter's system. And then I think the other option is Georgi Mihailovic. I've been really impressed with Mihailovic, and I think he's going to make this January roster for the World Cup qualifiers. Yes, I'm excited to see him play, and I think he'll be gone to Europe pretty soon. But I think with this formation, like I've listed, it's a lot better suited to for the U.S. to create more scoring chances, because I think the teams that use the high pressing, it's really gimmicky, and it's kind of a fad. And if you look at teams, especially national teams that are really, really good, like someone like Brazil or France, they don't really deploy the high pressing. They beat their opponents straight up by out passing them, creating more scoring chances. And then when they go down, they have the sorry about that. When they go down, they have the skill and the ability to create scoring chances easily. So if they go down 1 or 2 goals, they're not too worried because they know their team has the skill to play the ball around and create plenty of scoring chances, and they have the personnel that can put it in the back of the net. So I think that's a real soccer tactics that will take you a lot farther than the trendy, gimmicky, high pressing, which is in fashion now. So thanks everyone for tuning in. See you next time.